Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel over and over and over again, which looks at all things to do with Arsenal. Thanks for tuning into my first live show. Welcome to everyone watching on YouTube. Please feel free to leave any comments or any questions that you might have as we go along. Joining me tonight, I've got a very special guest, someone that I can personally remember playing for Arsenal back in the early 1990s. So it's a pleasure for me to welcome onto the show tonight, Mark Flatts. How you doing, Mark? You all right?
I'm all right. How's everyone? Good to be on your show.
No, thanks for taking the time to come on. It's great to chat to you. I know we were just chatting off air, but obviously the current kind of state of the team at the moment at Arsenal, things seem to be improving, don't they, under Arteta?
Yeah, it looks really good at the moment. With all this change and this COVID and all this transfer feud, and it's looking really good for the future. And hopefully Arteta can get the players that he wants.
Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, I think winning the FA Cup was quite important, wasn't it? Because it gives him a little bit more. He can go to the club now and say, "I've won us a trophy, so give me what I want." Do you know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. Because, like I said, I thought if we didn't win the FA Cup, I think he might have gone. Yeah. Now we're in Europe, we can attract good players who want to come to the club, who wants to play for Arteta, and then see how it goes from there.
No, exactly. And I mean, you know, it's still early days, isn't it? He's only been in the job for sort of 6 months, and it's been quite a difficult period, hasn't it? What with the break that we had for 3 months as well. And there's not much of a pre-season either, is there? Do you think that's going to affect them at all?
I think, well, at the moment, they look really fit. And, you know, Arteta's got them training really hard. Maybe in some teams are finding it a bit hard because some of the players are probably getting a few knocks and injuries, and it's taking a bit of time. But, you know, football's football. You just got to do what you got to do, you know. And every team, every club in the Premier League going to be exactly the same. It's just like you just got to knuckle down and get on with it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the ones that's just played in European competitions just got knocked out. They're going to have even less of a break, aren't they? So it's going to be harder for them. Probably, yeah,
it's going to be definitely hard for them.
So we're maybe a little bit lucky that we didn't go so far in the Europa League in the end. It might have helped us out.
That's true. That's true.
Would have been nice to have won it though, wouldn't it?
Oh, I beat Chelsea as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it should be. I mean, I think, you know, we're heading in the right direction. I think again after maybe a few years of not struggling so much, but just difficult years really for Arsenal. I think.
Yes, definitely. Oh gosh, the Arsenal fans must be pulling their hair out because sometimes we look world beaters. Another week we look like a first division side. You know, it's just so frustrating. They've got the players, but now hopefully he will get the right players in. You know, ship a few players that he's not going to be in his philosophy, how he plays, and then hopefully we can crack on from there.
Yeah. I mean, what do you made of the Mesut Ozil situation? It seems to have been in the news a lot, doesn't it, over the last sort of few months?
You know, if you was a player, like, what could you do? You know, you're on a big contract, you're on a big wage. You know, it's hard. I know the fans are thinking, oh, he should leave. But to be fair, that's football, you know, and business. He's on all that money. Whoever's given the contract, you know, it's just madness.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's the way football's gone, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit different, isn't it, from your day? I mean, just going back to your kind of career at Arsenal. I mean, how did you come to sort of join Arsenal in the first place? You was probably just young, was you, at the time?
Oh, yeah, I was, well, I think it was 13, 14. I was playing local football for Enfield Rangers, Sunday League. Then I got picked up. I went to Watford, funnily enough, for 2 weeks, firstly, then went West Ham. And then I went Arsenal. And luckily, I was born in Islington. My mum's an Arsenal fan. My brother's older than me. He's an Arsenal fan. So when I went training with Arsenal, no brainer there.
Yeah, I know. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, I know I can remember when you were sort of coming through the youth team and the reserves and stuff like that. I mean, there was one game I really wanted to talk to you about, actually. It was a reserve game. I think it was 91, wasn't it, when Tony Adams got out of prison? You played in that game, didn't you, against Reading? I think you scored as well, didn't you? Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that game. And I think the whole of the East End was packed. And as we come out, we thought, oh, it's a reserve game. Oh, I was only going to be about 100 people there. Turned out it was about 10,000. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah, was it really good. Like, you must have been young then, was you still? You must have been, what, 18?
I was 17, 18. I don't think I even broke into the first team by then. So yeah, it was really a really good experience, you know. And Tony loved it.
Yeah.
You know, he's a legend of a player. And he's a top man as well. So you know, he helped the youngsters come through.
Yeah.
Very good.
You scored in that game as well, didn't you? Do you remember the goal?
I can't remember. I can't remember the goal. No, but I remember playing against my friend Danny Bailey, who played for Reading, and he's always told me what I'd done that day, and I can't remember.
I can't remember it either. I got to be honest; it was a long time ago. I mean, obviously, after that, I mean, you did kind of get yourself into the first team squad, didn't you, in the first Premier League season? I mean, I remember.
I broke through 1992 under George Graham. George Graham, to be fair, I ain't got a bad word to say about George Graham, because when he saw me in reserves, he always kept on pushing me and stuff. And I remember one time Bristol City wanted me to go. Well, I went on loan to Bristol City one time, and Joe Jordan put in an offer for me, and he turned it straight down. He said, "No, he's in my plans." And you know, it happened from there. I mean, I loved it at Arsenal. I still love it at Arsenal, because my whole family at Arsenal as well. So
yeah,
I'm a bit gutted the way the club is going at the moment.
No, of course. I mean, I can actually remember your debut for the first team. It was Sheffield United, wasn't it? Do you remember that? We remember it was a really kind of misty day driving up the M1. I can remember it. And then I don't remember much about the game. I know Kevin Campbell scored. I think we drew 1-1. And I think you replaced Anders Limpar, didn't you?
I played last 15 minutes. Ian Wright scored. It was 1-1 at Bramall Lane.
Oh, was it Ian Wright? Ian Wright?
Ian Wright got the equaliser, yeah, and that was a good experience, you know. Yeah, like I said, George Graham, he saw something in me, and he wanted me to play, and at the time, you know, I just loved it. Only 18, I just loved it.
Did you know? When did you know you was in the squad for that game? Was it sort of on the day or the day before?
No, but the thing is, we travelled up on a Friday and we stayed in the hotel. And what we've done, we usually have Tuesday off, and I was training for the first team from Monday to Wednesday, Thursday. And then you put up a list. As you go into the training room, you see a little list past the changing room, and my name was on there. I thought, oh, is this a mistake? I thought, oh. So at the time, my youth manager, reserve manager, George Graham, said, yes, pack your bags, and Friday, we're going to Sheffield. You're in the squad.
Wow. What was it like when he told you to get warmed up and get ready to go on?
Oh God, yeah, that was nerve-wracking. That was nerve-wracking, you know. But I was edging to get on. I was edging to go, because I thought, God, he's put me in the squad. He's put me in the team. I've got to try and do something, you know. And hopefully, yeah, not too bad game. 15 minutes from a start.
Yeah, no,
we drew 1-0.
We didn't lose. That was the main thing. Oh, I think we scored after you came on as well, didn't we?
That's right. Yeah, I think I come on the 70th minute, and then Wrighty equalised on the 75th to make it 1-1.
So you must have felt delighted with that, mustn't you?
Oh God, yeah, I was very happy, very happy.
I mean, kind of after that, you got a few games, didn't you, in the run up to Christmas? You were sort of regularly playing, wasn't you, for maybe 5 or 6 games? Yeah,
that's right. The 92-93 season, I had quite a good run. George Graham, you know, I think Limpar and Merson was sort of a bit of out of form. Limpar was out of form, so I thought, well, give me a go. So put me in the squad, had a few games, done okay, you know, and just went on from there.
I mean, sort of after that, I mean, I know, so you sort of played a few games around Christmas time, and then you didn't sort of get back in the squad again. Was you injured, or was he just sort of favoured other people then, or what sort of happened there?
Well, I don't think he favoured other people. It's just the competition was so high, you know. But you know, that's what you want. You want competition. You want to push yourself. You want to make yourself better. I don't know. Suppose other players played better. I dropped in a bit of form, and then that's how football goes, you know.
Yeah. No, I understand it. Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's like you said, it's difficult for a young player, isn't it? When you're playing for a club like Arsenal, who are like, you know, one of the biggest clubs in the country, it's difficult with all them great players around you. I mean, you did play a bit towards the end of that season when we was getting ready for the FA Cup final.
Yes, that's right. FA Cup and the League Cup final. Yeah, that's right. Had a few games.
Did you? I know you obviously you wasn't in the squad for the FA Cup final, was you? Did you travel with the team on the bus and that, or did you?
Yeah, I travelled with the FA Cup and the League Cup. So I got a League Cup winners medal. And I've got, luckily, I've got a what was it, the Cup Winners' Cup when we went to where was it, Copenhagen?
Copenhagen, yeah.
So yeah, that was good. That's
So
been my memories anyway.
So you was with the team, obviously travelling with them on the bus and all that kind of stuff, was you, for the FA Cup that year?
Yeah, I was usually like travelling in the squad and that, but not making a bench, you know. So I was still involved in the club and the first team, training with them and going travelling away. But you know, sometimes, you know, it just happens. And fair play to George Graham. I got a bad word to say about him.
No, he did a great job for the club, didn't he? When you think where the club were before he came and what he brought out, all the success that we had was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, great memories for me as well. I mean, it must be for yourself having been a part of it all as well for that time. Brilliant. I mean, you didn't really get to play much after that, did you? After that season?
No. I've got a stress fracture of my ankle. I was playing actually with my ankle. Actually, with a stress fracture, and I didn't realise that I was playing with it. And then Gary Lou in the physio, I said, "Look, Gary, my ankle keeps on hurting, and sometimes I get cortisones in my injections in my ankle." But then he took me to Harley Street. They got me on a treadmill and recording how I was running on the treadmill, and they said that my left leg was sort of uneven sort of area. So they checked it, X-rayed it, and I had a stress fracture. I was playing for a stress fracture in my ankle about a month, and I didn't realise. So then I got a surgery, went out, and I was out for a year and a bit.
Was you? Wow.
Yeah, that was
tough at that time as well. Just as you was kind of breaking through, it must have been hard.
Yeah, that's right. I was just breaking through, and actually my contract was coming up as well, so I weren't sure if it's going to get renewed and stuff. And then George Graham, who wanted to keep me because I went to Cambridge and Bristol City on loan. When I come back from Bristol City, Joe Jordan put in a bid. He turned it down. And since then, George Graham got the sack. Bruce Rioch took charge. Yeah. And that was my last year. And then Bruce Rioch, he said, "No, you're not good enough." So that was it. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
He didn't fancy me, so that was it.
I mean, there were quite a lot of other sort of young players that kind of came through along the same sort of time as yourself, wasn't there? That maybe there were big hopes for quite a few of them. Neil Heaney was one, wasn't he?
That's right.
And players like this, Paul Dickoff as well. He kind of came through, didn't he? He played a few games.
Yeah, we all. There's a few of us what played in the youth team and the reserve team. In our youth team, what come through was Ray Parler, Paul Dickoff, Scott Marshall. In the reserves was Alan Miller. The first year, and remember, Andrew Cole was there for the first year.
Yeah, I was going to say about him because he had a couple of games for us, didn't he? Before he went to Bristol City as well, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he went to Bristol City, and then he scored them goals, and he went to Newcastle and he went Man United.
Yeah, and he ended up being one of the highest scorers ever in the Premier League, isn't he? And he I don't think he ever scored for Arsenal, did he? Either Andy Cole. I don't think he scored.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I think he played a couple of times, and one time in the Charity Shield. But George Graham didn't fancy him, so sold him on.
I bet he might regret that maybe a little bit after the career that he had.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you do after you left Arsenal? Then where did you go?
Well, I went to Torino. I went for Italy for a year. They played in Serie B.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I went there for a year. Played in the Serie B for a year. Then after that, there was the rule with the foreigners. You've like 3 or 4 foreigners you're allowed to only have.
Yeah.
So I only had a year there. I come back, then started getting some niggly injuries. I went to the lower leagues, like Grimsby and all them, and I even went to Bishop Stortford. I just dropped right back down. Then after that, my injury started coming along too regular. Sorry, and I just, I don't know. Suppose fitness and just lost interest.
Yeah, it must be tough. It must be tough. I think everybody, every kid dreams, don't they, of being a professional footballer and playing for the team you support. I mean, to have experienced that must have been fantastic. And then maybe when you leave, and it must be hard to keep yourself motivated, I suppose, as well, mustn't it?
Yeah, it is. But sometimes in our year, suppose we didn't have the sort of support what younger kids have got now. because
Yeah.
the younger kids now have got so much support, and day by day we used to finish training at 1 o'clock, and you had all that time to yourself, and sometimes you're just thinking, oh, what should I do? What should I do? Sometimes you can go the wrong way. But no, I ain't got no regrets. I loved it, Arsenal. I loved playing football, so that was good.
Well, it's living the dream, isn't it? At the end of the day, because we'd all love to have experienced that ourselves, So, I mean, it must have been great. I mean, are you still involved in football now?
At the moment, my two kids, my boy's 17 and my girl's 50, and they play football. My boy's at Norwich City at the moment. He plays for a team called St Ives Town. St Ives Town are a local non-league team, and my girl plays for Cambridge City. They're a non-league team, and they're doing really well as well. So I just said to them, look, just go out, enjoy yourself. I'm not a sort of person who's going to say, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm going to push them. If they want to play football, they want to play football. If they want to do something else, I'll let them do something else,
Yeah. You're not sort of thought of getting into coaching or anything like that, did you yourself?
Yeah, I've done a few. I've got a few coaching badges. I'm doing a little bit of coachings down this sort of where Norfolk. And at the moment, I've been scouting for a few clubs as well. So helping out. I was helping out Cambridge Academy, Norwich a little bit. So just going through that road really. I'm going to try and get me sorted with open up a little school myself.
That'd be good, wouldn't it, for the kids and that?
Yeah, definitely. Bring back the grassroots football, and make sure all the kids enjoying football, and just trying to guide them the right way.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? Really, I mean, if you can do anything to help the kids through, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Experience that you've had as well in the game. I mean, what do you think was your most memorable game for Arsenal then that you played?
I would say when it was Main Road, we won 1-0, and I think it was 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes ago, and I went past two players. I crossed it for Merson, and he's done a near post header, and we won 1-0 at Main Road. That was a main sort of one I can remember. I remember a game.
I think it was Aston Villa away. I can't remember which season it was now, but I remember you played in that game. You had a really good game that day. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I think we got beat that day. I think Villa Park against.
We might have lost 1-0. I think actually. Yeah.
Dwight York.
Yeah. I remember that game. I remember you had a good game that day. I think that might have been your first team actually in the first team. I think.
It might be. Yeah, I think that was 93. I think it was 93. That was.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Stamford Bridge as well. That was great atmosphere. And London Derby, that was good. Yeah, had a few.
Yeah, no,
ups and downs.
no, of course. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a mate of mine actually. We used to go to games with him quite a lot back then, and he used to rave about you. He used to think you was probably the best player we had in our reserve team since Merson and Rocky and people like that. He wanted to see you in the team all the time.
Bless him.
When we used to say, obviously, you got a few games in, and he was really excited to see you in the team and stuff. So I always remember it was funny, because he used to think it was great. So I remember we all did really. It's just a shame we never really saw enough of you. I don't think really in the team, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it happens, and I suppose it's my fault as well. Sometimes you have to push yourself. And the players we had in the team is in my position, all international players, and once you're in there, you can't take it for granted. You just keep on going. You've got to keep on going.
Yeah, no, it's not easy, is it? And I mean, as we said before, playing for a club like Arsenal with the expectations that there are at Arsenal, it must be even harder, mustn't it, really, especially for young lads coming through.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I tell you what, Arsenal always have brought young players through. That's the good thing about the club. They're always looking to the youngsters. And if you're good enough, you're going to get in the squad and get some games. And luckily, Jules Graham likes me, so luckily I'll play for a few games.
Well, what do you make of some of the youngsters we've got now coming through, like Bukayo Saka and people like that? We've got some good youngsters now, haven't we? Yeah,
very exciting, very exciting. They don't look out of place, to be fair. And they're only going to get better. And the players they're playing with, you know, training every day with them world-class players, some of the world-class players we've got in the squad, it's only going to help them carry on, you know, and hopefully, you know, we don't have to sell them on. Keep them, gradually get better and better.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when you played, there was quite some characters, wasn't there, in the dressing room back then? You know, with Wrighty and Tony Adams and, you know, Merson as well, people like that. There must have been some great stories you must have from, you know, from days away with the team and stuff like that, with them in the dressing room with you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, then there was Parler, Adams. And the thing is, we called it a Tuesday club because we used to train on the Monday, finish training on the Tuesday, and Tony Adams always told us, "You're coming out. And if you said, "Oh no, I can't come out," you will get absolutely roasted. You had to come out on Tuesday. Yeah. And to be fair, it's good team bonding as well because most of the squad come in, and that's how we all got on. I don't think there were a lot of players who didn't get on in that squad. We all got on well, and that's what makes a good team.
Yeah, and you could see on the pitch as well, couldn't you? That they was all in it together. Then, you know, like maybe they are now as well. I think to a degree. I know it's changed now.
Yeah. That's what I think. Arteta's got them fighting for each other, you know, and they want to win, you know, because a couple of times when there's at Emery, you think, oh, the players are coming off the pitch, they don't look too worried about they've just lost, you know. But Arteta's got their mindset really focused. Oh, if we win, we've got to win this game. We go for a win. Yeah, I think it's good times.
Yeah, I mean, he actually, I mean, I've said it before, but he reminds me a little bit of when George Graham first came to Arsenal, actually, in the way that he's kind of, you know, got or discarded a few sort of star names, if you like, put faith in the younger players, and made the team a lot more difficult to beat, hasn't he? He kind of reminds me a little bit of what George did when he first came.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, because, you know, George Graham, he was fair, hard but fair, you know, and every player in that squad knew the role. If you weren't doing it, you're out of the team, you know, and he'll tell you straight. And then, you know, that's the respect you want from a manager, and you want to play for the manager. And I think that's what the Arsenal team now have got from Arteta. He's getting them to really work for each other, play hard, want to win, you know, and he's not taking no nonsense from them. So that's a good way. Good way.
No, it seems to be, yeah. And I say, you know, that's probably why I do think he's a bit similar to George, really, in that way, the way that what he's done since he's been there. And obviously, as well, of course, he's won a trophy quite early on, which George did as well, didn't he? And was able to build on that.
That's right.
Hopefully, you know, Mikel Arteta can do that as well now. I mean, what do you make?
I'm just hoping.
Yeah, good.
Sorry.
I think we just had a bit of lag there. Well, what do you make of sort of modern football now? Obviously, it's a lot different to when you played, isn't it?
Yeah, at this time now, playing football, it's so much quicker, I reckon. So much quicker. And the technique and players, you're playing against world-class players now as well, coming from different parts of the countries, you know. It's just makes it so hard. But you know, all the top players, if you want to be a top player, that's what you got to work on your game.
Yeah. I mean, it's a totally different game now, isn't it? Like you said, you had your Tuesday club and that kind of stuff. They wouldn't get away with that now, would they? The players, the modern players.
Oh gosh, no, complete. Even when Wenger came in, it was complete. The diet changed, the training sessions changed. You didn't train so much, but you've done a lot of sort of technical work. It's completely changed from my era, but you know, times you just got to change with the time, you know. And football these days, you know, there are world-class players you're playing against, so there's no time for, you know, taking half measures. You've got to be on your game.
Yeah. Would you like to have worked under Arsene Wenger?
Oh, definitely, because what Ray Parlour has said to me about Arsene Wenger, oh God, yeah, definitely. I would have loved it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would have learned a lot from him as well.
I mean, obviously, Ray's game improved a lot, didn't it, under Arsene Wenger?
Yes, definitely, yeah. And like you said, he changed the diet, and that's what's helped Ray. Ray was always fit anyway,
Yeah,
but when they changed the diet, and he just stormed the league. He got stronger, much better player. Yeah, and it just shows. It just shows. You work on your game, you work hard, you get the rewards.
yeah, no, definitely, yeah. I mean, I know, he obviously Arsene Wenger made a big, massive difference to a few of the players. Didn't he? Extended their careers, didn't he? A few of the guys that were maybe getting into their 30s at that point, that were maybe looking like they might have been at the end, and he extended them on for another 5-10 years, didn't he? Some of them.
That's right. Yeah, it's like especially the old guard at the back. You know, they kept on
Yeah.
going and going. Years ago, they would have never got them years, extra years,
No.
because just the lifestyle completely changed.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's strange, isn't it, when you think back, all those players, great players that you played with, how would they have got on now? You know what I mean? Tony Adams and people like Nixon, they would have struggled.
They would have. Oh, but I'll tell you what, they would have loved the competition. They would have loved it, and I could see Tony Adams, Wrighty, all of them would have loved that, because they would have completely changed this mindset. Managers would even push them more, and they would love that competition.
Yeah, it must have been great playing with Wrighty, mustn't it? What a character he is.
yeah, Wrighty was. You probably try and have a little quiet sleep in the back of the bus or the side of you're never going to have it with Wrighty on the board. He'll wake you up. He'll do pranks on you. Yeah, he's such a character, and he's on and off the pitch. You can talk to him one-on-one anytime you want. He's such a top man.
Yeah, and a great player he was as well, wasn't he? What a great player he was for Arsenal.
Oh, definitely. You think that if we had the players who actually had, I don't know, awareness and better players, oh my God, he would have scored loads of goals. Because sometimes he had to make the goals for himself.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, there was one season when it was pretty much only him that scored, wasn't it? He was
That's
the only
right.
one who. So, I mean, obviously, once Dennis Bergkamp arrived, I think that helped him as well, didn't it? Because the extra class that he
Dennis.
as well.
That's it. When Dennis comes to the club, everyone went, wow. He completely changed everything at the club. They thought, oh my God, what a player. And Inter Milan wanted to get rid of him. Arsenal couldn't believe it. We said, why did Inter Milan get rid of him?
Yeah.
He was class.
You must have trained with him for a bit, did you, before you left?
Yes, I had my last, when Rioch took charge, I had a couple of months left on my contract, and I was training with, and you can see the class he had. He made the game look so easy. He was a different class.
Yeah, he was a fantastic player to watch, wasn't he? Brilliant. So I mean, obviously,
so quiet as well.
Was he quiet? Was he?
Yeah, very quiet person.
Was he? Well, a great player. I mean, I know you said sort of Bruce Rioch basically just didn't fancy you at all, did he? Is that what happened there?
Yeah, that's the last year. I was in the first team squad. He just like training and nothing. Nothing to on. And he said, "Oh, we're not going to give you a contract. You're entitled to look for another club." So I just knuckled down, tried to get in there, but there was nothing there. So that was it. I had to go.
Bet that was hard for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard because, like I said, I was at Arsenal since I was 13, and that's the only club I really, started from, and it was a big change after I left there. But a couple of times I had a few games at other clubs. But when you leave a massive club like that, it's hard, but that's life.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of competition, isn't there? With in football in general, isn't there? It's difficult to get established anywhere, isn't it? Especially,
it's definitely.
I mean, obviously, in terms of,
I was lucky to play for Arsenal, like a great club like Arsenal. I haven't got no regrets about anything. I still love the club. The whole family support Arsenal as well. So, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, excellent. I mean, obviously, in terms of what's going on now, obviously the new season coming up, obviously the Community Shield's next week, isn't it now? So we're getting into the new season already. It only feels like yesterday it finished. I mean, how do you think that we might get on this season?
I would say it depends on who we actually sign, because I think we definitely need to strengthen the squad and get a few of the players that are not going to be in his style of play, you know. And I think if he's got the backing of the board and, you know, he gets the money to buy players, it'd be looking good if he can get the players and push them on from there. It's just whether if they're going to back him or not, and that's what I'm not sure about. Hopefully, they will, because he seems like he's got them playing, and hopefully, you know, next season it'd be hard. If we don't get the players, it'd be hard to get the top four, but get in Europe again.
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy, is it? There's the league now. It used to be maybe Arsenal, Man United fighting it out. Now there's a top 6, a top 8, isn't there? Really now, really good teams.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of teams, and a lot of teams are strengthening as well. Oh,
yeah.
What's happening there? Sorry,
that's right.
Got all dark now.
It's all right. You got the sun. You still got the sun coming through.
Don't know what's happening here. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you. Right. Yeah, you still got the sun coming through, so you're all right.
Okay.
It's not getting dark yet. It's not getting dark. What do you make of what do you make of the signing of Willian?
Oh, Willian, he's a great player. He's a great player. Everyone's talking about his age, but you know he's still got a lot to give.
Yeah.
You know what? I think he will help Aubameyang and whoever's playing up front, because he makes a lot of assists as well. So I think he'll do really well at Arsenal.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I know. Like you said, I think people are a little bit concerned about his age, but when you see him play, he doesn't look like he's 32 or whatever. He doesn't look that sort of player, does he? He looks a lot younger when he's playing.
No, he's still got, I don't know, he still looks like he's still got energy and body like a 26-year-old. He's still really agile, skillful, quick. He still looks, he still looks like he can do a lot.
Yeah. I mean, what areas do you think we mainly need to strengthen then to really maybe get him back into the top 4 again, hopefully for this coming season?
I would say, it depends if we get that Gabriel. I still think we need 2 centre halves, because the way Luis is going to play with probably 3 at the back and Luis in the middle. So the 2 either side of him are really got to be strong as well, and I think got to have a bit of pace. Saliba, you know, you don't know, and then hopefully he likes that Mari, because Mari's a left-footed centre half, and we play from the back.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get Tierney get going as well. So yeah, it's whether who we're going to get in, but I still think we need 2 centre backs and a creative centre midfielder.
Yeah, we've let goals, haven't we, in midfield the last couple of years, really? No one from midfield scoring, are they?
No. Well, hopefully Willian would absolutely do the job for that, because I think Willian, he scores, creates, even takes penalties. You know, hopefully he can get a 10, 15 goals a season, and that would help out Aubameyang and whoever we got up front.
Yeah. I definitely think that's one area that we need to improve, don't we? The midfield, the goals from midfield areas, because we've just not, since Aaron Ramsey went, we've not really had anyone, have we, to score regular in midfield.
That's right. Yeah, we haven't replaced Ramsey at all. Yeah, because we need someone from midfield, 10, 15 goals, because we can't keep on letting Aubameyang score the goals, because we need some other players to chip in as well.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we'd have been really in trouble without Aubameyang's goals last season, wouldn't we? The amount of games he got out troubling, didn't he?
Yes, definitely. I just hopefully, you know, we can get him signed, delivered. He needs to stay, and like I said, hopefully the board would back him, and he'd get his players what he wants and rebuild from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to get back into, you know, where we were maybe 15 years ago, winning the league and stuff like that. It's not an easy way to get back, is it, anymore? It's so tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be hard. You know, I think Arteta, he went into the job. He knew what he saw in the squad, and you know, he had to just get on with it and see how it went on. I just hopefully they back him, and we'll be back. I'm really excited about Arteta taking over. He looks like he's got us playing again.
Yeah, and he looks like he's. It's funny, isn't it? Since he left Man City, it seems like we've got a lot better and they've got a lot worse. So.
Fucking hell! Oh. What is wrong with this?
I don't know, but why wasn't it charged up enough?
It was.
Oh, there seems to be a bit of a little issue, a technical issue there in Norfolk at this moment. Hopefully we'll get him back in a minute. Not quite sure what's going on there. I don't know if it's I think he's got a problem with his phone. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's been great, obviously, to chat to Mark. If anyone's got any questions they want to ask him while he's still around, please leave in the comments, and I'll when he comes back, we can maybe get some other questions put to him, and we'll see. Hopefully, he'll be back in a minute. Otherwise, I'll be left on my own. Oh, I think his connection's gone. Hopefully, we'll get him back. So we'll hang on for a few minutes just to see. I think there was some sort of issue with his phone there. But I say, obviously, if we can't get him back, obviously, you know, really we'll thank Mark for taking the time to come on today and to have a chat about, obviously, his career at Arsenal and the current situation going on at the club at the moment. Hopefully, he can come back in a minute and we can speak to him again. I say, if there is anything that anybody wants to ask him, please leave in the comments. Thanks to everyone who's been in the comments so far. Carol and Melvin and Russ, of course, and Ryan as well. I hope you've enjoyed that. I say we'll hang on a little bit longer just in case we can get Mark back. If we can, then that would be great. If not, then we might have to. There's a question there about the Ozil situation. I think I briefly touched on that before. But if he comes back in, I'll obviously put that to him again. A question there from James. I'll just put that on the screen for you about the Ozil situation. We did briefly talk about that earlier, but I'll say if he's able to come back, then I'll put that to him. But you know, I mean, he what he said before was that basically, you know, Arteta's Ozil's got the contract, and unfortunately, that's not his fault. He's got that contract. It's the situation, and he's kind of feels that, you know, he's been unfairly treated by the fans and people like that have constantly mentioned that, you know, he wants to do the best for the club, and unfortunately, he's not been able to play. So, but I say if Mark comes back, we can go over that perhaps a little bit more in a minute. But I say we'll just sort of wait just a little while, just in case we can get him back. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I think it's an issue with his phone, and we'll see. Hopefully, we can. We can come back in the next couple of minutes or so, and we can kind of finish things off a little bit better really than we was able to there. But I say anyway, in the meantime, I say it's obviously been great to chat to Mark. You know, someone who's obviously come through the Arsenal youth system, was an Arsenal fan as a kid, as he said. Which so I mean, how great is that? You know, for any young Arsenal fan out there, you know, to come through the youth team, get into the first team, and actually play, you know, a few games in the Premier League, and you know, he managed to get a couple of winners' medals as well, like he said, which is great as well. So, just a question from Russ there for me. What do I think of the new away shirt? I quite like it actually. I'd like to see it in in sort of personal as opposed to just seeing images on my phone and whatever. So I want to actually go and see it properly and see what it actually looks like. But I actually don't mind it. I'm not one of these people that thinks we should always have a yellow shirt for a away kit. As long as our home shirts, the red with the white sleeves, that's the main thing. That's their traditional colours. The away shirt, I'm not bothered about the colour of it. I think it's good that it's got a history of the club, isn't it, with the marble halls and whatever. I think that's important. It's tradition for the club, isn't it, which I quite like. I know the design's a little bit strange. Maybe it looks like it could be blood splattered on it, but when you know what it's about, you understand the marble halls and the history of it. I think it's nice, and I quite like it. I'm actually more looking forward to the third shirt, the blue one. I've got, you can see a couple of blue shirts in the background. I do quite like a blue away shirt that we have, so I'll probably more be persuaded by that one as opposed to the away kit. But I don't mind it. I don't know what you guys think of the kit. I know it's I quite like the video that they launched today. That was on this morning with Ray Parlour actually at the end. I thought that was quite good. I quite enjoyed that. The video, I thought that was quite clever. But yeah, I don't mind the shirt. It seems okay. So I might go and at the weekend maybe and go and actually have a look at it physically and see what it's like. Because I did quite like the yellow one last year until I actually saw it, and then I wasn't that keen on it then for some reason. I didn't really like how it looked and that, but anyway, I'll see what this one's like. But what I've seen of it so far, I actually think it's a bit different, isn't it, as well, I suppose. And I've never had a problem with us playing in a white away kit necessarily. I know people have a connection with Spurs and that kind of stuff, but you know, we can't look at ourselves in that way. You know, we're miles away from them, aren't we, ahead of them? So I won't worry too much about that. But yeah, I don't mind it at all. But yeah, I do want to see it in the shop and stuff. So but yeah, no, I don't mind it really. But yeah, I mean, I say it was great chatting to Mark. I don't think we're going to be able to get him back now, unfortunately. I think his phone's kind of died, which is a shame because I was enjoying that. I hope he was all enjoying it as well. Maybe try and get him back again at another time to just sort of maybe finish things off a little bit more and get his thoughts a bit more on, you know, as James was asking about the Ozil situation, go into that a little bit more and a few other little bits and pieces as well. But hope you enjoyed that. So I really enjoyed having a chat to Mark. He's great guy, grateful for his time. If you've enjoyed this show and if you've enjoyed some of the other stuff that I've been doing, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I am trying to grow the channel. This is the first live show, and I think it was going okay up until the last technical issues that we had at the end there, unfortunately. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed it. And I say, please do subscribe to the channel, maybe share it around. I am trying to get a bit more sort of interest in it, really, because it's a new thing that I'm trying to see how it goes. I'm going to be doing some more live stuff as well coming up over the next few weeks, coming into the new season, doing some podcasts as well and stuff like that, and a few more videos about this, that, the other. I'm appearing on a couple of shows coming up as well. On Saturday, I'm going to be on Albert J TV, which is a great new channel as well, which I'm looking forward to that. We're doing a sort of or catching up really on all the stuff that's been going on with transfers and the new season starting, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be good. That's on Saturday. I think that's at 6 o'clock on Saturday. And then on Sunday, there's a quiz on the Mr. Arsenal podcast as well, the Who Am I quiz, the latest one of them, which will be good as well. So that's on Sunday. And then I'll be putting a few more videos up. Hopefully we've got some good transfer news to come, because I know there's all these rumours, isn't there, about players we're supposed to be signing and deals are done, and Gabriel's supposed to have had his medical and this, that and the other. I'm not really sure if that's all true. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens with all of that. Hopefully there's going to be one or two coming in. I think there's going to be a few more going as well. And we'll see what happens with that. Well, Ross put there. Yeah, maybe a few games in the season. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Once the season's up and running, maybe get Mark back on, see how he thinks the season's going, that kind of thing. That could be a good idea there, actually, for Russ there, and Carol there. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I mean, ex-players is something that I've been really keen to get onto the channel. That's something that I'm working on. try and get a few more on as well, because it's good to hear from them, isn't it? It's good to hear their experiences of playing, and obviously how different the game is now to it was when some of them played. So yeah, I will be looking to try and get some more ex-players on if I can. Hopefully there's one or two more lined up to come on in the next few weeks as well. So hopefully that'll be coming up soon as well. Well, thanks for that, Carol. Yeah, good luck. Thank you very much, and hopefully I'll get some more support for the channel as well. I say so far it's been great. I've only been really going for a couple of weeks, if I'm honest, so it's going well at the moment. So I think I might as well wrap it up now, because we can't get Mark back, unfortunately, at this moment in time. So I think we'll probably look at what Russ said. Maybe try and get him back maybe a few weeks into the season once we've played a few games and see how things are going in. And I will try and get a few more ex-players involved as well in what I'm trying to do over the next few weeks. Even one or two current players would be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know what Aubameyang's up to these days. Maybe wait till he signs his contract and then see if he fancies coming on for a chat. That would be quite good. Or maybe get Mesut Ozil on. He's not got much else to do, is he, at the moment? So maybe I can see if I can get him to have a few words with us for a little while, maybe fill some of his time up that he seems to have quite a lot of at the moment. But anyway, so yeah, I'll wrap that up for now. I'll say thanks for everyone who's watching either live, who's been watching live, and if you watch later on the catch up as well, I say please do subscribe to the channel. Just to help me to grow it as well, and say I've got some good stuff coming up as well in the next few weeks. But what we'll do in the meantime, of course, as always, if you watch my videos, you'll know I always end them all the same way, so I won't do any different for me first live one. So thanks for everyone for watching. Have a good evening, and I'll speak to you soon. And of course, in the meantime, come on you Gunners.